rise and shine.
Make you fishes of men. It's a song that the wife of the Senate President left our people with, of course, preaching a strong message of peace, unity, and godliness for the Akwa Ibom people on the 37th anniversary of Akwa Ibom State's creation. We've seen all the thank yous that went out to retired General Abdul Salami for heeding the call of, the Akwa Ibom founding fathers to give us a state of our own from the old Cross River State. Well, there's a lot to look into with this, and part of the highlights of our conversation this morning is to celebrate the fact that the current sitting governor of the state, Pastor Governor Umoino, gave out 150 houses to 150 random civil servants in the state. By random, there was a raffle draw that was made to pick out the winners and those who received these houses as a mark of celebration this particular year. Well, there's a lot of conversation that we can have around that, and we have Dan Chris ABA joining us from Lagos this morning. Good morning, Chris. Good to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be on the show this morning. Good morning, Akwa Ibom. Good morning, people from Uruan. We got Uruan, and good morning, the Spectrum.
Good morning.
Spectrum TV audience.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I'd like to say happy, I know we had you on the show for a bit yesterday, but I'd like to say happy anniversary to you as an Akwa Ibom man in internal diaspora. How is the feeling being an Akwa Ibomite this 37th year?
You live internal diaspora. That's a new one. Yes, congratulations to Akwa Ibom at 37. We are happy to celebrate. We are happy to be alive. We are happy to see that at least for the past few years, the state has been on the front line, trying to get things going. Which has been made possible by having successive governments, coming and they go, come without too much of rancor, which is good for the state. Just like the Lagos State where I am, over the years, Lagos is where it is today because it's been seamlessly good transition in terms of governance. Because once the government, of the day is working without too much opposition, there's bound to be progress. Yes, 37 years ago, Akwa Ibom vetted, of course, with another state, Katsina State. So far, so good. If you want to, look at it from the point of, okay, two states were created, let us use the yardstick of seeing how well they are fared, to look at both states. If you don't have Akwa Ibom, it's high up there. But be that as it may be, I'm still thinking that we're not there yet. I am looking at seeing Akwa Ibom move beyond just infrastructure to building the Akwa Ibomites. Akwa Ibom person must get to that point where he can beat his chest and say, I can do this, I can do that, without government. I can, in business, in other endeavors, just like what we have seen in the last one year or thereabout, people from Akwa Ibom, trying to stand out, make a living for themselves without having to look at government, because in the past few years, everybody's eyes are focused on freedom governance. And so I'm looking towards where an Akwa Ibom could be able to stand on its own, do a business, make make something happen for himself without having to look at the government. I look at sustainable programs that can help Akwa Ibom build themselves. And apart from the Bank of Industry intervention by the governor, I saw yesterday 100 persons were giving houses. These are good. They are building the Akwa Ibom. Let us go for just building roads. Back in the day, you see governor, I built 100 roads, I built 200 roads. Yes, it's also good. It's part of development. But you need to start building the people, because once the people are equipped, governance, it will make governance easy.
So when you say,
I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, when you say we should focus more on building the people, I know that this current administration, led by Umoino, has been really, really particular about giving back to the people. But what strategies will you suggest? What structures? What initiatives can he actually use to build the people? Because we have people like you, and you think that we have individuals, Akwa Ibom, that are doing well, but back home here it looks like it's still more of a civil service state. So what modalities, what system can they put in place to ensure that now Akwa Ibom are dependent of civil service work?
Yeah, so far he has done noble for the fact that first, when people are hungry, they cannot do anything. And I see that the government has made possible food bank, made it easy for people to be able to access, the goods, in the market. He has gone ahead to bring in Bank of Industry. What I think he should, that process should kickstart as quick as possible, because for people to be able to be resourceful, there must be money, there must be available of finance to be able to do it. A lot of our people are talented in various ways. Let them have opportunity to be able to access this loan. Of course, the Bank of Industry is, from what I observe, is at which is single digit. So a government can take advantage. They can make this loan accessible to them, let them get this loan, and let them get into the various businesses that they have, the various ideas that they have, because that would help for employment, and then capacity building for those who can come in. Okay, that's another angle. I'm looking at once the state is peaceful, then it is important for government to encourage Akwa Ibom in diasporas who are doing so well to come back to the state and invest. Once these investments are on, it's going to give opportunity for more employment. So these are the areas, and I'm beginning to see that quite a number of people that are outside the country are beginning to want to come back. What they are craving for is a conducive environment. So I know for over time we've not had issues in Akwa Ibom, but I think we will not have issues in Akwa Ibom. So far, the security architecture in Akwa Ibom has made it so easy that we hardly, even though there are pockets here and there, but Akwa Ibom is a peaceful state. And so I encourage people in diaspora to begin to come home and invest. There's a palm oil business that can be done, there's cassava, so agriculture, production, So I'm looking forward to, and then the Baka seaport has to come up. The government has to encourage that, because if that seaport begins to work like today, it's going to open up Akwa Ibom. But these are areas that people can, take advantage of to be self-sufficient.
So before I take you on the Ibaka deep seaport conversation, because all the way from the Obong Akpabio dispensation, that was something he took on his shoulder very strongly, but it never came to daylight. Udomi Manuel came on board, it never came to daylight. At the beginning of this administration, that conversation was introduced, but it has fizzled out, especially with regards to the Calabar coastal road that is going to be built. Do you think, okay, let me just stay there. Do you think that the federal government actually wants to give this region access to a deep sea port? Because if this region has a deep sea port, it's going to affect business. It's going to affect the entire economic, what would I call it, energy of this climb. Do you think that the federal government is one way or the other standing in the way of effecting that deep sea port project?
Well, I will say to you directly, in life, if you want something and you don't push for it, you won't get it. You cannot say, I want something, and then you recline in your comfortable seat and expect it to come to you. This is the best time for Akwa Ibom. We have a Senate president sitting. I take this opportunity, whoever that knows him, whoever that is close to him, needs to let him know that he is sitting on in an opportunity. He's sitting in a place where he can make so much happen in Akwa Ibom and cast his name in gold in the sense of time of history of Akwa Ibom. It can be, you see, this is the best time for Akwa Ibom. It is, being that we have a Senate president, and I'm sure he's also close to the seat of power, which means he's close to the presidency, all he needs to do is to, of course, I like the relationship that the present governor is also building with him. This is time where Akwa people should arise and take, the bull by the horn by making certain things happen in Akwa. So for me, having a Senate president of the state, there's no way this project, Ibaka will not come. I mean, if he decides that it should happen, that it will not happen. You understand? So I'm looking forward to, yes, it's politics sometimes, because everybody is trying to, dominate. I mean, I'm a Akwa, but wherever I go to, I know that I find it sometimes difficult because you have to contend with the Ibom man, you have to contend with the Hausa man, you have to contend with the Yoruba man and look at that minority. But of course, for the fact that who I am, I accept myself. I said, this is who I am, and I must get it because I'm in Nigeria, and I get it. So it is possible for Akwa, and it is possible for the Senate president to make this happen. If this does not happen in his time, I mean, I'm going to mark this as a failure in his part because it can't be there. But we have this opportunity, and you are the number 3 man in Nigeria, and this does not happen to Akwa. No, that means you're only playing politics, But I think he has this in his good mind to make it happen. I think that's not the why,
Don't you think
this function?
Don't you think that, the construction of the Calabar coastal line is going to negate the possibility of that Ibaka deep sea port coming to life? Is it possible to have both of them run side by side?
Yes, of course. It is very possible. I mean, one man was able to set up a deep sea, a deep sea port opposite his refinery, which is Dangote. I came from there just a few days ago. If one man could have a deep sea port, what does it take a state? If the government cannot federal government cannot give us the deep sea port, Akwa has the capacity to make that sea port happen. And for me, the same coastal line is going to go through the Dangote refinery and the deep sea port owned by Dangote, which means more economy for Lagos State. So it is very, very possible. And if you're going to have that sea port run through all the way to Calabar, that is, for me, as you said, that is double blessing for Akwa. So we need to position ourselves. Akwa can become a Dubai in the next 4-5 years. But Akwa can become a Dubai in the next 4-5 years if concertedly the government can put his mouth where his money is. If it is workable. If this support, by the time the support begins, I don't think it takes so much. Within a few months, you can get the support up and running. It is the sheer will of if the governor is really, really interested in this, he should be able to lobby and get the Senate president to get some of these things going. And I'm sure the president will listen to an Senate president if he decides that this must happen in Akwa.
Now, Dan Chris, you made mention that Akwa Ibom needs to position himself, and we are all clamoring for development in Akwa Ibom. Do you think that Akwa Ibomites in the state, Akwa Ibomites here, are ready for these developments? For example, if Ibaka's deep sea port starts functioning now, do you think Akwa Ibomites have the potentials, they have what it takes to embrace the development that is coming into Akwa Ibom? Are we well structured enough to accept the development that we're looking for? I'm talking about the people now.
We are more than ready. Back in the years, people used to talk about Akwa Ibomites. Wherever you go, they talk about Akwa Ibomites, and they'll tell you Akwa Ibom people are loyal, very hardworking, trustworthy, and the rest of them. We are very, very ready. For example, say give a man power, and then you now know how powerful the man is. We are exposed. Don't forget that Akwa Ibom, via economy, is the cradle of civilization. Do you understand? So our history dates way back. Even though in the scheme of things today, which that's another area where I'm going to come in, we are really, really relegated. Nothing is really happening in the economy. As I speak today, from Uduato to my village all the way to Adeduku in economy, we don't have roads. So we need to begin to open up areas, and then once you open up areas and make the environment conducive, you'll find out that everything should be sure that Akwa Ibom people are capable of. So Akwa Ibom is very ready. Before now, we used to be known as those who are into miniatures, but check out what today where Akwa Ibomites are in the scheme of things in terms of global space. We are doing so much, and we can do so much more. And of course, when government makes it the environment and enabling for people to be shot. I think we are so ready. We are exposed. We are well educated. We are hardworking. We have the best cuisine. You know, I mean, Akwa has a lot going for it. And once we are able to build capacity by giving the opportunities, I'm sure Akwa in the next few years will be a place that will be the destination next, in Nigeria.
Okay, so still talking about some of the developments, strides that we actually need as a people. The conversation around the Ibaka Deep Seaport is something that I want to come back to. You've asserted that it would definitely help, the people of this region to make more wealth. And I don't think I've seen you just talking about the fact that the Senate President is in the best place to drive that initiative is the best thing. But do you think that from our state assemblies that is something that can be reintroduced? And I think I want to land my question and asking, successively, we have reportedly talked about how blessed we have been with leaders who are continuous in their approach to government. You talked about the possibility of Akwa Ibom being a little Dubai. But do you think that since 1999 till this 37th year, that we have effectively and judiciously used our resources to develop the state as much as we ought to? Yes, we are celebrating, but could we have been a better people, a wealthier people, and a stronger state at this time, looking at our, the successes and the availability of resources at our disposal?
Well, I'm going to throw a stone because I'm one person that has a knack for development and for progress. And this stone is going to go to the House of Assembly in Akwa Ibom State. In fact, it just reminded me because I was going to my next visit to Akwa Ibom, which probably next few weeks once I'm done there. I don't mind taking a drive to the House of Assembly. They need to wake up, and waking up in the sense that how can the whole of the Secretariat of the House of Assembly be in that the physical state of that Secretariat for years? No renovation. It's so dirty. When I'm driving past the Senate House of Assembly complex, it looks so unkempt, and I wonder why, with people with so much money that is going through that place, go in and out of office every 4 years, and there's no renovation, no facelift. I mean, I can't be proud to go into the assembly complex and look at it and say, oh, this is what I see in America, this is what I see in UK, in their state houses. I mean, they need to wake up. You see, the society must begin at home, so they need to start. Their own infrastructure needs to be renovated, painted, and let it look good, so that we can now begin to know that they are ready for business. Coming to what you have said, they need to wake up. The House of Assembly also need to wake up. They need to, because they are the representative of the people of Akwa Ibom State, and Akwa Ibom has resources, that can be, if it's well harnessed, can put Akwa Ibom in the map of progressive states, even beyond Nigeria. Yeah, I believe strongly that all hands must be on deck, and I really did admire the effort of the governor when he came into office. He made sure that every state, every local government chairperson does not reside in Rio. There was this, there was this advocacy that every state chairman must go back to his local government and live there, so that you can understand, which is good, you understand what is going on in your local government. So I feel that with the hard work of the governor, there's need for every hand to be on deck, which means the House of Assembly, that's what the local government, the elections, I think, coming up very soon, need to sit up, and the government will also keep that pace of making each and everybody be accountable. Because once you are accountable, there's progress. And whoever that comes short or comes short of such requirement of the government should be brought to book. So this is very, very key. And I'm sure with every hand on deck, there'll be a lot of opportunities for people to take advantage of. Okay. So I look forward to seeing Ibaka. See, I was there myself. I was there, I think, in June. I could see that a lot of some work had been going on. I saw where the mat was going to be positioned, So I just hope that they will not just it will not just be lip service. There will be this concerted, and the government needs to, because the government needs to leave his back on side sometimes. He needs to, when he leaves office, he needs to be remembered for the things that he has done. And I'm so happy so far of what he is doing. We need more, and I pray that our government will also wake up and support the government of the day, because he's trying to make a lot of our government happy, and he's doing so well also. In terms of human capacity, I see that a lot of backlog of pension and gratuities and the rest of them have been paid. I was so shocked that people had not gotten their pension and their gratuity since 2007. And I know for sure from what my observation so far that at least he has paid up to 2019 as we speak. So probably living a few more years. So when people have paid and they have this money, it also will help in them investing whatever they are getting from government in, getting certain things going for them. Maybe businesses that can also employ people.
All right. We have to just wrap up the conversation this morning, but I don't think we've had a better wake-up call than the conversation around the Ibaka Deep Sea Port. And we'll definitely try to drive that conversation some more. Hopefully, the sitting governor and the Senate president come together to make that a legacy project of their, their time in government. Thank you so much, Dan Chris, for coming. Yeah.
We have to really drive that. We have to drive that. In fact, it should be a slogan. We have to drive that, because once that happens, Akwa will turn on its head.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dan Chris, for coming on the show this Tuesday morning. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, great conversation, I must say. The wake-up call is a strong one. If, Godswill Akpabio drove that initiative when he was governor, he's in a better place to make it happen now.
In line with what Dan Chris just said, this is the best opportunity. I mean, this is connecting to the center we're talking about as the Senate president.
So let's use it to advantage.
Let's use it to advantage. Let's not just politicize everything in the state. Just make sure that one thing you've done, constituency projects, Ibaka Deep Sea Port.
I like that one, and that's how we're going to draw the curtains this Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for being a part of Rise and Shine. We do hope that you had value for your time. Enjoy the rest of our programs. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.